Those not from South Carolina, can you describe this rivalry?
Um, well, I'm not from South Carolina either, but from playing in the last year, I understand this rivalry is big. You definitely don't want to lose to Clemson, and when you do lose, you hear about it. So we got a game plan in, and I believe we're ready to go and go out there and do what we know how and play South Carolina football at the best of our ability one more time. So
I know you try to do every week. Every week's the same. Every week's a season. But given that this is the last one, are the emotions any different going into?
well, I mean, you just know it's your last one, last time lining up with some of the guys that are seniors. But other than that, it's a normal game. It's just our last one, unfortunately, and the last one against a team that we just don't really care too much about.
Is that your biggest motivation for this game? Without a bowl game to play for,
Right.
What is your number one source of motivation?
I mean, we don't have another games, but we're playing a team that we just really don't fool with that much. So I mean, yeah, there's extra motivation knowing that this is a rivalry game and last one for us.
What about their spot in the national picture and your chance to to ruin that for them?
Yeah, ruin it would be great, but their spot don't. I mean, it don't really affect me. I'm definitely trying to knock them out of that spot, though. That's the goal. That's what we coming in to do. So.
When you think back to what you guys did defensively against Georgia,
Mm-hmm.
can you come up with that same kind of execution and effort, you think? Would it work against Clemson?
I believe, me personally, I believe it's there almost every week. It's just we have mental lapses and we lose focus and just aren't consistent all the time. But when we're a consistent team and we play like we're supposed to, we definitely play really, really well as a defense, as a team in general.
Do you think you guys can get in there and make Trevor Lawrence uncomfortable, kind of shake him off his game a little bit?
Oh, yeah.
How do you do that?
You got to get to him.
How do you do that?
We've been doing it. We're getting to a lot of them lately, a bunch of times. So we're just going to keep doing what we've been doing.
What makes him so good? What does he do? What does he do well that makes him so good?
I mean, he has all the tools and talents to be a really good quarterback as he is. I mean, he can throw the ball. He can sit in there and throw it if you give him time, and he can make plays with his legs. So he does a lot of things well. Just got to come in and you got to put pressure in his face and, disguise things well and stuff like that.
Where does ETN stack up to some of the other running backs you've seen this year when you see him on film and what you saw last year? Travis Etienne.
Yeah, he's definitely up there. He's I would say I'd compare him to like Swift a little bit, but maybe Swift's a little bit more agile, but Etienne's a really good running back.
Their fans like to refer to you guys as their little brother.
Ain't nobody little brother. Yeah.
How you feel?
Know where they got that from. Yeah.
Ernest, what do you need to hear in a pregame speech to get you to play?
I'm ready to play now. I don't need to hear nothing. They said what they had to say. They already said enough. That's all that need to be said to me.
Ernest, you guys, I know you're not from South Carolina, but you sense an uptick in emotion from the guys that are in state that grew up around this rivalry, maybe a little bit closer.
Say that one more time.
Do you sense kind of an uptick in emotion or focus from guys from South Carolina?
Nobody's like emotion. Nobody's like running around here like, yeah, we just got to beat them. That's all that matters. Nobody's like that. It's a same game. It's just a opponent that it's a rivalry game. Then these games bring a lot out of certain people and a lot out of teams. So I'm excited to see how we go out there and play in front of our fans one more time. So I'm excited for that.
Ernest, this past off week, was it similar to the other idle week that you've had earlier in the season, focusing more on yourself?
Yeah, so we focused more so on ourselves, and then we started implementing some things towards Clemson.
I'm sure obviously you guys would have liked it a little bit earlier in terms of being able, maybe against Texas A&M, to be able to get to a bowl game, but with the bye coming before your essentially your bowl game, what's that mentality like for you guys now?
The mentality, like this, like what do you mean? I'm sorry.
Certainly just having the bye week right before you're against your rival school.
Oh yeah, the bye week's helpful. It allows you to fix some things and you get another week of preparation for them. Get a really good game plan in, which I feel like we have. I'm excited to go out this Saturday and put the game plan to test and go have fun one more time this year.
Ernest, what was the biggest difference between you guys last year, you think?
Coming into this game,
Yeah, and the biggest, coming off of last year, when you look at some of the film, what was the biggest difference between?
we just as I watched the Clemson game last year, we just as a team we did not look good. We were trying to, I believe, do too much instead of focusing on the little things, and they would, get runs here and there, and then before you know it, the game is blown open. So that's
How much onus as a leader on the defense?
Say it one more time.
How much onus do you put on yourself as a leader on the defense to kind of set the tone, set the energy when you guys come out?
Oh yeah, I definitely put a lot on myself to give this defense an identity, and I feel like I'm working my way towards that. I just got to keep doing my job and just keep impacting others the way I do. And I feel like give it a little time, we'll have one of the best defenses in the country behind me, and I'm excited for what the future holds for myself and for what I can do or how I can bring people along. So,
how much do you hear about this rivalry throughout the course of the year, and then the fact that y'all haven't had success in the last 4 or 5 years? How much do you hear about that, not counting the game?
You hear it a lot. It's it's Clemson. Our fans don't like them. Their fans don't like us. So it's a rivalry game. You're gonna hear about it throughout the season. You get some people that just care about that game, but other than that, you hear about it a lot.
Was there a welcome to the kind of rivalry? When did you kind of first realize that this was a big deal?
Last year when I played in it, you could feel after the loss like, yeah, this is a rivalry game. This is what those games feel like. So that's when I kind of figured out.
If you can beat Clemson, will it change the way that people will remember this season?
Yeah, it would change the way they remember it. The way I remember it is we didn't start off too good, and we had our struggles throughout the season. But I'm excited for what's to come.
Thank you, Ernest.